10% of it. Either way, personally, do you know what was going on? What do you mean? Shelly? No, they all have just been informed about this in the last 48 hours. They have just known about this. They all just got to know about this in the last 48 hours, from what I am aware of. That's unfortunate time for gamers, it is, yeah, it is. Either way, where were we? My personal feelings on this is, I always had a tiny bit icky, I hate that word, of Cinder advertising herself as the Charizard of V-Cuts, making her seem to be the star of the show. Personally felt a little bit off to me. That's my personal feelings on that matter. Apart from that, I got nothing else in regards to the V-Cut situation. But that's in that regards. Did see Cottontail's latest tweet? Yes, I have that open. We're gonna look at that in a moment too. It is very sad, yes. Of all people who knew Cinder would be like this, right? Cinder always seemed like a sweetheart, but well, then I don't even know how far we are into the doc. Let's keep going. The idea that they need to stay informed and gauge the competition is extremely upsetting and toxic to me. The competition they're referring to are people I thought they considered friends, who always helped support on platform Cinder. When I pushed back, the immediate response was blaming the other creator and implying that they initiated it by trying to work with me, and that somehow justified their actions. They imply Lily brought Cinder when she spent over a minute thinking the raid, which can be seen in this clip. We will take a look at it. Right, in regards to the model, Lily has said, I know this because I watch model Lily. Lily has said herself on her screens that she wants to go for a new model. In my memory, I swear she said like every year-ish. Might be misremembering, but that's what I remember it as. That she said every year she wants to give another big artist an opportunity and like work with them. So that's in regards to the model. I recall her saying that. There you go. Let's look at this one. Ignore what you just saw. What's the game?
Oh my goodness! Hello! Oh! Hello, ladies! Hello!
Kazan? Ah, okay.
I'm playing Berserker. It's called The Last Berserker Kazan. We were sponsored, but the game was really fun, so I just kept playing for like a million more hours. Hello, everyone! Hello! The Pyro Pop raid! Hello, Pyro Pops! What did you guys do? I am low-key addicted. I usually, okay, so most people know me from...
So I want to see if Cinder said anything in the chat herself, or just handled the raid off. Like, I'm scrolling through, sorry you guys can see it, but I don't see Cinder anything so far saying anything. Pyro Pop raid, Pyro Pop raid, Pyro Pop raid.
My gacha addiction, but I really like Souls-like games and similar mechanically challenged games. This game feels like a really cool...
She said one thing, she said she should play sometime. Did she?
That's it.
And this...
What does rating mean? Okay, so usually, it's
Here,
have
directly?
you been on Twitch for a while? It used to be hosting. Well, it isn't really hosting. Like, rating is basically throwing someone's community into someone else's chat. You know? It used to be the host feature back in the days, except when hosting, you kind of were more offline, but when rating, you can technically tell me I'm the host feature, because the host feature, that was something.
Someone gets to the sound system with Cinder.
Again, let's go kill this one. This one's so fast.
Okay, so she doesn't say Cinder by name. Okay, cool. Now what? She didn't address Cinder by name. Okay, now what? If you have some personal beef, whatever, you know? I also seen a streamer miss a rating streamer message a ton of times. Is it happening with that raid spam? It is, yeah. Shelly is German, she's an all cat. Okay, bro. She is German. She's not Dutch. Shelly is German, she's living in the Netherlands. She's not Dutch, she's German. So you said her community's names. No, she did say Pyropops, that is true. She did say Pyropops. And Google needs to correct that. Yeah, she's German, but she lives in the Netherlands because it's better, yes. So she's German, that needs to yes, Shelly is German. And so am I. Okay, let's keep going. By the way, yes, she didn't address Cinder by name, but she addressed the Pyropop, she addressed the raid, she thanked her for the raid. To me, it's whatever. To me, it's whatever. You know? Sure. Doesn't feel nice to not be addressed by name when you raid someone, sure. But it's not that big of a deal. The idea that they need to stay informed. Oh, we already got this. Let's keep going. Rio. Is it just Cinder and Blank you've been doing a continuous model outfits for? You'll have the demon update list plus final arcade reference for you soon as it's finished. I think it is. I'm not for Blank plan too. And as for Blank, got nothing for now. But she always comes up with something. Noted. Do you know who's reading Lily's model? Gonna be Blank. Thanks, Nano. I believe, because this is a screenshot, I'm not sure, but I believe it's the Spare's Pyro Pop emote, which goes to dark. If anyone has that emote, can you use it real quick? If anyone got a Cinder sub, I believe this is the oh no, the despair emote, where the Cinder Pop goes black white. Remember that show on the head video you typed? Yeah, exactly, the aware one. Yeah. Aware, yeah, that one. I believe it's that one. It might be a different one. It might be the Nordic one. It could be either or. Could be either or. Thanks, Nano. Sorry for all the questions. Just gotta stay informed, especially when it comes to our top artists. Never a break. Top artists, not artists. Don't worry, just don't stress too much with the side things. It's bad for bolding. True though. Stress is bad for bolding. I'm gonna go bold now. I'll keep in the loop about anything else going on with that. The bolding? No, you fool. Just keep it drama. Gotta stay competitive, even when we shouldn't have to. Also, your PFP profile picture looks like a guy with mustache. Wow, don't go too far on the competitiveness. It can get bad. Gotta chill sometimes. Hey, it's not us. This. Chat. Gotta stay competitive, even when we shouldn't. It's not us. What do you mean it's not us? What do you mean? What do you mean gotta stay competitive, but we shouldn't have to? Between this and the whole earth down, I'm honestly surprised the fortune hasn't detonated like a freaky. Like a freaky supernova yet, yeah. Reflecting, manipulation, projection? There's a new dog from Sprite, the serverless VTuber, who's commonly called the Cinder copy. Put a link in the news with the other ones. Thank you. I was actually wondering who they were talking about in that case. So someone unblanked their own name. We will look at this later. We will look at this a little bit later too. Either way, this is insanity. This is projection, manipulation, crazy. I don't know. Hey, it's not us. What do you mean? You are the common denominator here. We aren't the ones getting a model from the artist of the other gamer subs only out of the blue and ghosting them and refusing to acknowledge them. You see this? Right there. I'm sorry, I have no words. I'm trying to stay as calm and collected throughout this entire thing, but it is really upsetting. It is so upsetting. I'm back going on vacation and the doomsday of VTubing, it seems. Everything goes to shit when the man is not working. Remember, we have so many people on vacation right now. We got Kersha, Asmongold, apparently Pirate 2. So many people on vacation and all of this is happening. Like, what is going on? But hey, at least you got me, right? At least I'm here covering it. Rima, yes, Rima's also on vacation. Rima is also on vacation. Everyone's on vacation right now. What's this drama about? Can anyone fill me? And Cinder. Cinder being manipulative and pushing it onto Redacted, making out that Redacted is the bad actor in all of this, it seemingly. Below I wanted to push back and make clear I was uncomfortable on being dragged into the drama, and they responded by bringing up more drama and baseless claims, all while trying to guilt trip me. It is ironic, crazy to me that I mentioned not wanting to be dragged into personal issues, only for them to, on multiple occasions, mention other people's alleged drama. So I just wanted to say sorry for stepping back on the exclusivity deal. Wanted to apologize personally to you, since I've only talked about that with Red. But I just don't want to be dragged on any personal issues like that. After all, Blank's still a client, and it makes me anxious and kind of destroys my mental to do this kind of deal. Understandably so. Very understandably so. Just wanted to let you know I still love working with you and Red, but I don't understand if things doesn't work out because of Blank. I love my clients, that's all. I get it, Nano, and it was unfair to push this on you, but it's just really confusing going back and forth about it. I just get compared to her a lot, even still today, and it's like I'm always living in someone's shadow, which is one of the reasons why Red asked about not making any more models for her. And when you said I understand if things don't work out, it makes me feel like you're okay with not working with me anymore, which hurts so much after all this. I really appreciate you, Nano, and it's your decision who you ultimately work with, but this is how I've been feeling. Nano's trying to work with all YouTubers, will cut or deny someone they already work with. Yeah, I guess it's really unfair to Nano, especially because she's so sweet. Gaslighting is real girl boss and gaslighting. I don't know about gaslighting in this part. From what I've seen, people have said the person in question here has come out themselves talking about it. The other server is one, I believe. We'll look at it in a little bit. We'll look at it later. I don't really see the point of keeping thinking about being compared to Blank. You're so much bigger already. You've done so much more, but I would never give Blank any priority over you. Also, they're not even any model for her being discussed. I just want to see clear-minded. Also, I'm fine with doing her models, but at least gamer stuff would be fine with me. I don't want to be 100% an asshole to her, that's all. It's not me, but other people's opinions of us. I'm just trying to not get involved in any drama that other people want to talk about comparing us. But I understand where you're coming from, Nano. There's no hard feelings, sorry about this. My mental's just a bit weak. I'm gonna be honest, I've never heard anyone compare anyone to Cinder. Never! Anyone? Anyone ever hear this? Like, what are you talking about? It's high school level jealousy, I feel like that too. Everyone gets compared to Cinder, yes. So maybe someone wolf to you? I don't know. I can't tell you. I do not know. There's no official names of that here that I've seen so far of a Silver Veil being a wolf, and I don't want to speculate if it is or isn't. Copy drama is usually overblown, it's cringe. It is, yeah. Well, you only got Cinder and Spike mixed up until I learned about them. Well, either way, the point is, I don't ever hear anyone comparing any other trader, or like comparing Cinder to any other trader. And the fact that Cinder here says that other people are doing that is insane to me. Don't drop names without proof? Yeah, please. Sorry about this, my mental's just a bit weak, same girl. I'm so sorry for bringing this to you. I want you to get that money. The whole situation is just kind of stuck here. They just want to get along. If you want to get along, why are you actively trying to manipulate, or at least Redacted this, but it seems that at least he had the blessings of Cinder. Why are they trying to manipulate Nano into not working with anyone else? It doesn't make any sense. We've added the spy document to the list, we'll get to it eventually. Oh lord, lord. I understand if things don't work out about this. It would be mostly if you hate me for not burning Blank down from my list. I would never hate you. Thank you, insane. I'm just an insecure bitch. I love everything we've done together and I want to keep doing. Keep the same dumb shit online, just makes me stressed. Why are you a content creator? Why are you a content creator if dumb shit online gets to you? That's not the right mentality to have as a content creator. It's just not. Anyway, moving on. Justifying the behavior by stating that they're simply looking out for me when none of this has anything to do with me to begin with, and manipulating me into being grateful for earning well thanks to them despite the loss of work from long-time returning clients and new clients. Concerning my work and models as a team. Another example of going after other clients of mine from before, claiming that having more clients alongside them makes my work less special with the recurrence of it's just business. Manipulating me into believing that working with her is special for multiple reasons, and that I risk losing that special something as a client if I prefer to work with others. No acknowledgement of my reasoning and need of working with other clients due to the nature of my work, solely focused on their issues. I would also like to note again that this screenshot is one of many occasions that indicate that Red speaks on Cinder's behalf. I was originally concerned with everything going through Red, that it may not have been 100% of Cinder's feelings or wants. I messaged her about it to make sure that he spoke on her behalf and confirmed with both of them this was the case. I was giving Cinder the benefit of the doubt, thinking this may be just Red trying to pull a fast one. Now, man, she talks so much like my ex, I'm actually a bit disgusted. The unfortunate thing is that I believe, my personal belief is, that Red is speaking on our behalf, that Nano is right with us, and all the things that already have come out in regards of Cinder are very damning. Like, I obviously do want to wait for both sides. I obviously want to wait for Cinder's response to this. But her current response is throwing her manager under the bus. That is her current response to it, and that's not a good look, especially with what we are already seeing here. This part is what I feel makes her tweets so hollow and fake. You can't blame your manager if he was acting on your behalf the whole time. That's what I mean, yeah. I'm not sure where I stand in regards to Nano, because I still haven't forgotten what she did to Kevin X around 8 months ago. I feel that's some personal beef between them. I think Nano is talented, I think she's sweet. And my personal opinion on the beef that she and Kevin have is none of my beef. And in regards to what they did, she made a post about Kevin X, who is a talented live 2D rigger, so someone who makes VTuber models move, someone who animates VTuber models, but he's a little bit problematic, or considered problematic, because he makes a lot of edgy jokes. By the way, he's not the topic, that's just in a little bit of context. Hey Cinder, hope you're doing okay. I talked with Red, and I believe he talked to you already, and though it would be the best, I thought it would be the best if I just checked you personally. Actually, I wanted to know better your thoughts, because Red tried to talk to me, and I think I misunderstood things. I'm doing good, what's up, Nano? Oh, it's mostly about this. Do not discredit any of your work because everything you work on is top of the line incredible, but when everyone's a Nano baby, it feels less special to E1. If that makes sense. Kind of been getting the same feeling from Gamma Subs lately too. I thought canceling some models because of it, but then I realized it's not really fair to me. I understand what— okay, sorry, that's gonna be a long one. I gotta drink some more water before we reach in this part here. I understand what he means, but at the end of the day, it's just business. Of course we love working with you and want to keep working together, but if you prefer to work with other clients instead of me, I know it's for a reason for you to help ruin, not because you don't like me. Manipulation and gaslighting right here in this one. First of all, it's just business. Second of all, but if you prefer to work with other clients instead of me, I know it's for a reason for you to help grow. Also, guilt tripping is there. That's insanity, man. It's not just business. This is in regards of other clients that are your supposed friends. It's not just business. Being one of your very first model babies was so amazing. I was happy to be able to find someone to help you with LTD cutting, to improve your skills, and I think that's a big part of why everyone loved the 1.0 model, and then started asking you for them. This part right here, I hate. I hate this part so much. Being one of your very first model babies was so amazing. I was happy to be able to find someone to help you. Pulling in that she helped her. Big part of why everyone loved the 1.0 model. And then started asking you for them. Okay, so she did help her, but putting this in here is, again, manipulative. It's guilt tripping. It's not gaslighting because it's factual. She did help her and she did grow. It's no form of a power pop. I gotta say this is worse than graduation. It's unnecessary. She didn't need to add this, yeah. It's literally, she did not need to add this. We made you, so you owe us energy. Yeah. Remember how I helped you back then? Yeah, it's just business. I can have sent you a list of our plans for the future and estimated due dates. So just let us know what you actually want to work on. That way, I have time to look for someone else if you don't have time for my projects or don't want to do them. Sad cat face. It feels special to only have your model art for all my outfits. But just let me know if you don't have time for them to be an exclusive nano art baby anymore. And this was 2023. And if I remember correctly, someone else did draw her an outfit. Or it might have just been the rigging. In this case, correct me if I'm wrong. The beach outfit? I know that multiple people were involved in this one. I'm not entirely sure if it's just drawing or rigging. Moving on. It's no personal issue. I've never do something like this to you or anyone. But yeah, it's important for my job to reach far and and I like working on different projects and people. I never ever said I don't want to work with you anymore. I told Red that even though I have my other works, we'll always have a way to get your priority spot when possible. You will always be my special baby. Also, I think it's important for you, and then Cinder says, also I think it's important for you to work on projects that you're excited about. So I go through my plans with Red and send you our ideas to see if it's possible with your schedule. I know he can be a little pushy sometimes, but it's because he's just doing business for me to grow too. And he absolutely loves your work just as much as I do. It's okay. I'll update you guys ASAP. Sounds good to me. If I remember correctly, Buck Brains to let's go. Listen, there's a lot of things going on in my life too. Can someone correct me if Kaiser's in this? Not as far as I know. Not after reading the WoW and Nano Dog, at least, so far. I rarely watch your videos, but I feel betrayed. I feel a lot of people are feeling betrayed right now. Red tries to make it look like they never meant for it to appeal, like they wanted me to be exclusive by framing it as something I wanted, while immediately doubling down on the fact that me working with more people makes my work less special, and no longer unique, as if every design is just a Cinder clone. So, gaslighting. It's about working with Cinder. My friends told me it's a bit unfair for me to stop unwanted, so I do more for Cinder, which I agree with them. I'm a free artist, and I should do whatever I want to do. I don't want to take sides on any drama or situations. It would be absolutely unfair to her, is my opinion. I don't want to take sides on any dramas or situations. I still will always have a way to open slots for Cinder, but I want to be having her as my only customer. Absolutely fair, absolutely okay. 100% acceptable statement from an artist. 100% valid, yes. But then redacted comes out. I agree, you're a free artist, and you should do what you want. But I was under the impression that taking on more Cinder work is what you wanted to do. Didn't think it was like we were making you do that. Yes, we gotta misunderstand it on both sides. It's more about this. Not to credit any of your work, where she went up and found the quote that we looked at before. I love backtracking, same. Those ethical for moments in the song editor asked to go in-house about even to not be credited even. If being charitable, if she's suffering paranoia, she could have justified this to herself by saying about it the same. Paranoia matches with assuming friends are competition. I get that. But why not just ask Bao? They're friends. They were supposed close friends. Why not just ask Bao? If you're friends, you should be able to ask. That's how, in my opinion, that devil's advocate doesn't work in this case. Oh, I see. I mean, what I said is the truth about how we feel, but I wasn't saying you had to only do Cinder's work from now on. That's with anything though, not just your work. If you have something special, then everyone wants and gets that thing, and makes it less special. I'm sorry you were under the impression we were trying to make you only do work for us. I will keep things more business talk and less emotional though. Just let me know how this will affect your schedule, so I can test it after. Sorry for the stress, Nano. Okay, so just asking about would make too much sense and wouldn't be petty childish enough, you're right. But every single model I do is unique and I make them special in their way. It's not like I'm selling Cinder to everyone, please don't feel that way. No, I know, you put your heart and soul into your models and they're all incredible. I'm sorry I make people feel this way too. It's simply business. Normalizing their behavior once again by stating that it's simply business to sabotage other VTubers' careers and not work with them and focus on Cinders instead. It's okay, Nano. You're just making a living and making a name for yourself. I can't blame you for accepting work from other big names in the industry and having very desirable talent. If you end up filling your model schedule again, like it was, let me know. We'll have to replan some things depending on that. Thank you for understanding my side. We all try to have our names somewhere. Just don't take this personal or anything. I still love working with you guys. And again, apologies for the trouble in your plans. I'll still revisit my list and see what I got. Business is business. It's just business. If you want to go through the projects, you talk about and let me know which ones you'd want to do too. Is this about Blank's model, Nano? Yeah, I want to take it, but I don't want to disrespect Cinder. I just want to do pretty models. No hurt feelings. Business is business. Nano, you're a freelance artist, and Blank is a long-time client, so it makes sense to continue working for her. I understand the logistics of it. At the end of the day, you need to do what's best for you. Really appreciate for you understanding my side. I do understand your side too, but sadly it's something between you two, not me. I shouldn't get involved in this fight. I just go on. Absolutely true. They should not bring their artist into their own petty drama. Right. I know, I just didn't think of other conversations. Sounded like I was trying to make you not work with her on a model. Like Blank specifically. Maybe I just considered the situation too much. I'm stuck for thinking this way. It's okay. But are we good for real? This feels like a weird breakup. I'm stressing. Me and you are good, but I still have to tell this to Cinder. We'll be fine, don't worry. I think she's still sleeping. The funny part is it's apparently one-sided drama. Love that! I love it when it's one-sided. Notice the date was back in 2023. Yes, this is from years ago, chat. November 2023. Making sure none of this reaches the other VTubers and it's all kept hush-hush while also providing proof that they know what they do is ill-intended and should not get out, as it would cause issues with Cinder's career to be painted in this light. Note that the uncalled shot at VTuber 1, the one from very early from the start of the door, is even spoiled in message in Discord, so it wouldn't accidentally be leaked. I tried to be transparent as much as possible. I think it's more fair for both sides this way. You didn't tell Blank you canceled because of Cinder, did you? No, I told all of them it was because of health issues. I would never blame anyone besides Blank. I don't know who she's referring to. This could be taken as bad. I don't know, this will make me raise an eyebrow think. I don't know if she's throwing shade, I don't know if she's making a joke, who knows. We'll leave it as a one-off comment right now. Well, we never want to make you feel like we're making you or forcing you to work on / not work on something, especially if it's something you want to do, don't want to do. An open conversation the other day wasn't meant to convince you of only doing Cinder work. Again, sorry that it sounded to you like I was telling you to only do Cinder work. I'll message you later. Yeah, you weren't telling her to only do Cinder work, but you were telling her to blacklist other creators. Yes, it was 100% exclusivity, but it was like 80% exclusivity. We love gaslighting. We love gaslighting, chat. And welcome, Nate. Welcome. Well, let's see if Blank wants a nano model or not, and hope Blank finds someone else. This is the small message she was referring to. The constant obsession with VTuber 1 and blanking that she is asking for it by causing this unspoken competition, which is coming from absolutely no other source than Cinder herself. So who did they want to exclude? We'll get to it. A couple people already came out themselves. But a lot of them are still anonymous. I think it's more like wanting her to recognize Cinder, even though it literally doesn't matter. I feel like there's an unspoken competition between them. Like, they need to one-up each other because Blank can't get along. But I also understand her point of view. A new VTuber who people say looks, sounds, and acts like you becomes just as successful as you in a year. If she did recognize Cinder as an equal or a friend, then it would be like she's endorsing her copy. Or like I've seen some people say her replacement. They share a lot of the same audience too. Again, I don't know who they're referring to in this case. But I've never seen anyone say this. The word there is Spite. Did Spite come out and confirm that? It's even obviously redacted, I wouldn't know. The Spite isn't Spite? Well, again, chat. No speculations. Chill. Yes? We'll get to it. We'll get to everything. Like, at the end of the day, it isn't about how much we make compared to her. We just want her to recognize, hey, Cinder's a big VTuber too. She got there on her own merits, just like you did. Get along. And the marketing potential and money they could make if they teamed up. I just know anything we do, she's watching, will take from. Or try to outdo. Oh my god, you know the spinning figure we have on stream? Blank figure was announced on Wednesday. No spinning figure, Cinder. Debut Saturday, everyone hears about figure announced spinning figure on screen with exclamation mark figure right next to it. Blank stream yesterday, first stream since Cinder debut, guess what? Spinning figure with exclamation mark figure next to it. There's some speculations to this, who this is. I have heard of them. Out of respect, since the person themselves comes out, I will not go into this. But know this, that this is very one-sided. That this is one-sided, seemingly, so far. Then, like a month later, I followed her on Twitter and started taking her ideas, Cinder's ideas, like the flames. And now she's basically rebelled to more of a fire server, using fire emojis all the time. Never did that before. It's funny because she used to call herself a hellhound, but stopped when Cinder repast her and now uses Cerberus or Cerberus or whatever her lore says. She's pissed. I don't know. The unfollow is weird. Yeah, so it's like, there was also unfollowed tweets from her, like, I didn't copy anyone else or my design. My design is all me. This is who I am. Again, I don't know who they're referring to personally. Spike 100% confirmed with her dog. Alright, got it. Yeah, so it's like there was always unprovoked. Okay, we read that. Who are you saying that to? Oh lol, on random Cinder clips on YouTube. There was one dedicated Blank fan, or someone she knew, I don't know, that would comment on these clips. Saying like, when are you going to clip Blank? Only on Cinder clips. I'd like to highlight the irony of expecting to be entitled to recognition of her own efforts and size when her own active efforts are tied to sabotaging this very same VTuber. Also feeling entitled and insisting to be recognized by someone else's art. Thanks for taking the time to read through everything. I hope everything makes sense and everyone who has been manipulated and sabotaged by her will find closure. So we're at the end of the dog. My thoughts on only this is, it's crazy. This is insane. I wanna wait, obviously, for a proper response from Cinder. But right now, what we have is super damning. And we got more to look at. We got more. There's more. Moving on to Bao. She quote retweets Nanoless's initial post. I was very hurt by someone I thought I was a friend. By someone I thought I was a friend. Bao's doc is way shorter. To summarize this one, she just goes out to explain what happened from her situation, why there was an exclusive, why the editor slash animator, which less whatever it was exclusive or is exclusive now. Basically just like saying, clear her own name. Spice received make it really seem like Cinder was actively harassing her? Oh no. We'll get into it though. Hello, this is Bao. I will only speak to what Nanoless has decided to share with the public and messages that directly mention me by name. I would like to kindly ask everyone to refrain from turning this into a witch hunt and remember that we are still just humans at the end of the day. Sorry. Before I start, I want to point out why I'm addressing both Cinder and Redacted Red, despite the messages being largely from Redacted. Many times throughout the messages, the words we are, our occur numerous times. As someone who was close to and worked with Cinder for years, I have first-hand experience on how Cinder and Red collaborate and the extent to which Red operates as her primary point of contact in her professional and personal projects. It is that experience that leads me to believe that all requests and messages sent by Red were both known about and approved of by Cinder. Okay. In March 2024, I announced that one of my Sabaton goals was a Live 2D model. This has a tweet right here. And here, commission sexy Live 2D model. Nanoless was going to be the Live 2D illustrator. After she finished both the design and base model sketch, there was suddenly back and forth on whether or not she had the physical and mental capacity to continue my model. I was very sad as I had not only teased the screenshot of the model sketch on Twitter, but I had grown very attached to the design and showed it to all my friends. In a private group chat that Cinder was a part of, I shared how devastated I was, and she did not comment or say anything despite others in the group chat comforting and reassuring me. I now realized that the reason for silence was because Cinder and Redacted were deliberately sabotaging ongoing commissions and blocking VTubers such as myself from having access to art from Nanoless. We already read this. From Nanos' part. Chat this. I just feel so sad for everyone involved, man. Like, goddammit, Bao again. As in, if you didn't know, Bao has had issues before with artists, with merch, with other stuff. I'm trying to readjust this. It's really sad to see this happening. I believe Cinder was such an evil person who lied to all of us. Bao can't catch a break. Bao really cannot catch a break. And I don't know, I'm holding my reservations about Cinder and calling her evil. I don't want to call her evil, I think she's just... I don't know. Let's wait for a statement, you know? And Bao is mercy. Bao's a good being, she is. She really is. I really do enjoy Bao's content. What about, we can pay Blank for you and you don't have to discount it from the next payment. We'll continue giving it. This is all about Bao. We read this one already. You don't work with, oh, never mind. Here is Bao uncensored, never mind. What about, we can pay Blank for you and you don't have to discount it from the next payment and we'll continue giving you lots of model works, I think, for this year right now. You can work with Bao, Blank, or Blank at all. Models or art. I don't think you've ever done anything with Bao and Blank before. We also have another game subscriber for you too, BFK. She's saying where to add a little bit more since Blank still asks for art every now and then. We could do it like when Blank asks for art, you tell her no and then we read this. Of course, I wanted to understand it better, especially if I cancel her for the second time lol. With Blank, she's giving a lot of bias and priority at gamers sometimes over Cinder and we can't really confront them about it. And plus she's gone 3D lately. We've read this, but reading this again, it's... Why are you like this? Yeah, January 15th, 2025. This is relatively recently. They are literally jealous that someone else gets priority at gamer subs. And they're like, we can't confront them directly either. Do you know why? Because you know you're in the wrong. Guys, and priority gamers subsequent the beast on the list. Let's not speculate. They just locked down in this Discord server. Oh lordy lord. Otherwise, continue. Well, like, okay, we read that Blank heard one of our friends pretty bad, and I can't really say much more than that since it's not my drama to get into. Blank has been getting on our nerves for a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor for a while ago and is constantly picking up artists that we work with. We've gotten to know her better being friends with her, but she really rubs us the wrong way with the things she does. We wanted to try and safeguard our most important artists from her. Safeguard our most important artists from her. Safeguard? Artists are not yours to protect. Artists are not yours to gatekeep. What do you mean safeguard? Since she's already taken over our editor, and I don't mean taking, like, she doesn't work with us anymore, he does, but he has to dedicate time for her now, and sometimes that gets in the way of our projects. Also, one of Bao's music video editors is one of, that did the boss rush MV, and we're 99% sure she told him not to do any more with us. 99% sure, by the way! 99% sure, by the way! He has a doc, I know, he's got a doc. He made a doc about this too. It was his decision to not do any more with us, but like, model art is the most important thing, that's VTube's entire image. Again, this is all secret talk, la 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 la! And now she's been barking up the tree of one of our LGD animators, like the people that do animate models. And like, so like, a duet nano model. Yeah, looking for me some sus for sure. It's so got a moment. Oh, she has a way of guilt tripping people to get her way. They're saying Bao has a way to guilt trip people. To get her, Bao has had one of the worst lucks with artists. She had, one of the cases is she had commissioned an animator who completely scammed her out of so much money. It was like 2K or something. It's ridiculous. Nonetheless, us redacted on why he is encouraging her to not finish my model. Redacted and lists my name amongst various VTubers as well as the Vendettas, Cinder, and Redacted Harbor against each. Bao has been getting on nerves for a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor, constantly picking up artists that we work with. Now she's barking up the tree of one of our live 2D animators. Has a way of guilt tripping others to get her way. This is what Redacted lists as the reason why Nonetheless should cancel her ongoing live 2D commissions with me. All the while continuing to collaborate with me and pretending to be my friend. This was in January. And I have seen so much content already this year of both Bao and Cinder interacting with each other. I've watched those videos. I hate two-faced shit, man. Like, two-faced shit, high school mean girl bully drama is one of the worst things. This is not what friends do. Friends do not sabotage other friends out of business opportunities. Friends do not spread lies to fuel selfish narratives. Friends do not use the private information they get from the privilege of being close friends just to use it to manipulate others. If stepping on your friends and abusing your power and connections is how you get to the top, then I hope you realize no one will be left when you get there. She's right. She's absolutely right with this. It is very effed up, yeah. Did you cancel models? I did not. No, I delayed. I'm scared to cancel with Bao. You shouldn't be. If she has so many connections, she'll find someone super fast. Did you already design her outfit? I remember her showing it to us at VidCon. Like, what even is this? She'll be fine if you cancel her. Like, what? What kind of reasoning is that? Most featured of them urging analysts to cancel the ongoing live 2D commission with me, even mentioning how excited I was about it when I showed them the design that was in there in I's concert at VidCon. Don't sell yourself short. I think she'd be fine with taking the design and finding someone else. I wouldn't offer it for free. Maybe half price if she starts shit. But you're right, I'll talk to her today. We'll also close the model inquiry today. Opening that was a mistake. So, in this regards, we have read it on Nanolist's doc, which is Nano saying she feels bad for just cancelling it out. So she wants to give it to Bao for free. She wants to give her the design for free. And Redacted literally just says, no, don't do that. Half price. Lol. Maybe. If she starts shit. Like, how cartoonish can these people be? How cartoonishly evil? I wouldn't offer it for free, maybe half price if she starts shit, lol. I don't know what I have ever done to either Redacted or Cinder to deserve this level of vitriol towards me. I don't remember having any issue or any problem that couldn't have been solved by talking. Regarding the messages where Cinder and Redacted openly accused me of stealing the YouTube editor, boss rush music video animator, as well as any artist they have worked with. Hi Kaiser, nice to meet you. I was just watching your stream highlights from me and Cinder's collab, and I loved your editing style and humor. I was curious if I could request a video edit from you every now and then, if you have any availability. My username is Bao on Discord if you want to chit-chat more there. Thanks. Hi Bao, I'd love to edit a video for you. Just send your friend request. This is Kaiser. One of the editors literally saying that, yeah, sure, no issues. And Bao literally says, if you have the time, if you're available, once in a while. But no, stealing. She hijacked our YouTube editor. The YouTube editor, Kaiser, is a mutual YouTube channel editor for myself and Cinder. My channel manager, June, and I asked Kaiser for one stream highlight per month. As we are aware of his extensive position as Cinder's channel manager, I made a point to note this is my inquiry email to him in 2023. Bao started a call that lasted 5 hours. March the 20th, 2025. On March 20th, I started a group Discord call that lasted 5 hours to hang out with my editors. In this group call, Kaiser shared with us that he was afraid to ask Cinder for a raise because he initially turned down an exclusivity deal. As a friend of both Cinder and Kaiser, I encouraged him to take the deal and reassured him that it would not change our friendship, as I would never want someone I care about to miss an opportunity, even if it meant I would lose him as an editor. The other editors who were in the call can corroborate this. I'm sharing this context because there are no words to describe the hurt and betrayal I feel now, knowing that on the other side of this conversation, Cinder and Redacted were actively portraying me as a thief and at a detriment to the business. I've only ever supported them in their activities and never once thought that I had somehow gotten on their nerves. Bao had original songs last year that had music videos by her editor, and the songs flopped. So see, this is why I love her music too. Bao is super sweet, yeah. So, well, we love working with you. Cinder would be Cinder without Nano. Okay, but like, let me tell you the tea about the music video thing. Bao had original songs last year. It had MVs by her editor, and the songs flopped. Her editor met us at TwitchCon and was saying that he'd love to work with us, practically jumping through hoops to get something planned. We managed to have him squeeze the Boss Rush MV between his work with Bao. He says he loved working on it and is super excited to work on the next MV project. Boss Rush's song blows up and he's credited as the editor. I asked him when he's free to do the next project. All of a sudden he changes his mind and is only working with Bao going forward. No explanation. I'm in shock and disbelief that this is the narrative they decided I deserved. Saying that I harbored an invisible jealousy because my songs flopped made me feel sick to my stomach. And by 2024, I was dealing with debilitating and TMG pain that resulted in me having to drain fluid from my jaw joint to open my mouth properly. They both knew this. I have always wanted my friends to succeed alongside me, and I don't know how they could say these things while simultaneously weaponizing my most vulnerable moments against me. We're 99% sure she told him, Zach or more, not to do any more with us, Boss Rush music video. There's some context missing since we know WoW is behind the scenes. But basically, we don't have an MV editor now for our next post-rush project. We think WoW got pissed that her editor did an original song MV for her friends without knowing it and did 100 times better than her original songs last year. That she locked him up so no one else could work with him. And then made him make it public on Twitter that he was only working with her going forward, like the literal announcement tweet. Oh shit, yeah, okay, that's super weird. Here, post the announcement tweet from Zach. Anonymously in-house, as in will never be credited publicly, so no one knows who does this work for WoW. What's literally it though? This literally reads like a hostage note. I asked to be anonymous since I'd like to separate from being known as a freelancer. No one does this. No one decides to do this on their own. This was 2 weeks after Boss Rush came out. That's just pretty weird, though. So, Zach, right here. In these messages, Send and Redacted are referring to my animator, Zach Moore, whom I have been working with since 2023. The post that they've been working since that date, right here, I'm going to bet, tell me your rates. Proof of how long we worked together in 2024, Zach asked me if he could go completely exclusive for me. And work for me in-house with no credit in order for him to be able to quietly work on his personal projects and brand without having YouTubers ask him for more commission work. I was happy to accept. I want to reiterate that this was Zach's decision and no one else's. Here's proof of Zach mentioning his wishes to be my in-house animator directly to my channel. Manager June, Beepers, back in 2024, refuting Redacted's claim that I locked him up due to Boss Rush's success. The outside going forward, I will be credited in the video description. Okay, thank you. I'd rather just be a more in-house type of thing for WoW after this blank thing is done. It's the last commission I ever do for anyone besides WoW. I want to make a name for myself through my own content and not really work for others next year. Absolutely respectable, but hey, they could have just asked. Is asking so hard nowadays? Apparently it is. Apparently asking is really, really hard nowadays. Why aren't you solving this privately? If you look at the timeline of events from Nanos' document, some of these messengers date back years. I found out about this less than 48 hours ago. They did not give me common courtesy of talking to me privately about this over those years. My thoughts, feelings, my most vulnerable, darkest moments that I shared in confidence with people I thought would be by my side years and years from now may have been used as information to ruin my chances to have the same YouTuber model as someone I thought was my friend. And I don't know how I can ever be the same after. I would like to ask the community to refrain from spreading any harmful speculations. Everything shared in this document was done so with the express permission of those who shared it with me. I made this document with the intent to refute the claims made about me in the screenshot. Thank you for taking this time to read this. There you have, this is WoW's side of things. WoW really does need a hug, man. Like, personally, I think I would love to be Bao's friend. Because she seems like a sweetheart. And I personally, bro, I just want to support her, man. Like, she deserves friends and artists and the community that stop backstabbing her, man. It's so sad. Like, I usually never get, like, sad or teary-eyed or, like, too parasocial about this. But this one specifically with Bao makes me tear up. She's going through so much, she deserves better, yeah. I've been listening to her music and her content for years on end now, man. She does not deserve this at all. It's so unfair. All we can do is sending best wishes and hope it turns out for the better. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Either way, before we look at cotton stuff, okay, let's quickly look at the cotton stuff, because I think there's only a tweet about it. Let's make my stomach drop to read. It makes me very sad to have things come out like this. Sending down Bao is so much love. What about we can pay Kumori for you? You don't have to discount it from the next payment, and we'll continue giving you lots of model work. I think you're up for this year right now, but you don't work with Bao, Cotton, or Blank at all models. So Cotton was also mentioned. Cottontail was also mentioned in this. Then, we'll look at this in a bit. Let's look at the other, docs. Let's look at Zach's first. Zach, Bao's editor in question. The guy mentioned here. The music video editor, I believe. The animator. Let's look at his document, because he also made a blue doc. Feel free to read if you want. Go show love and support to both Nan and Bao. Sorry for the flashbang. Here we go into doc notes. Let's see how long this one is. This one is 8 pages, so we should get through this very quickly. Which is business. This is going to be very unorganized, but I'll try to keep this brief since I don't really think that they specifically deserve any more of my attention after hearing what they have said about me and also how working with them was. First off, to address this, the anonymous thing, right?
I thought you
not the anonymous thing, the thing, the in-house worker, the in-house exclusivity. I asked Bao to go anonymous and in-house because I have been wanting to focus on my own project for 2025 since I had spent pretty much all 2023 to 2024 doing video for others and was having a lot of people companies reach out and asking me to work with for them. And I'm not good at saying no to work opportunities. Since in general being just an editor is not a long-term sustaining thing in most scenarios, hence why a large majority either turn to becoming managers or their own content creators with their own platforms. So I just wanted to be left alone this year to work on other things than just editing for other people, which is why I want to be separated from my commission work since I do not like the idea of being labeled an editor, of just being labeled an editor. Here's them talking about it. We already read through this one. This is about the music video, about Bao, and that they, as in Redacted and Cinder, say the music video flopped. When me and Cinder initially discussed working on a music video project at TwitchCon, everything was fine and friendly. However, the part that the stage has practically jumped through hoops as well. A bit of an overstep to say the least, since they had asked me a significant amount of times trying to get me to work with them after I told them no multiple times. They only said yes because they offered double pay. Oh my god. Are you for real? Are you for real? No way! Jump through hoops, by the way! Oh my... I need to drink a little bit. Oh my god. So they essentially went after when they cried about... Yes! Double pay! And who the fuck would say no to double pay? I just my headset. This is a specific got me really into VTubers and I love her energy. This is very disappointing to me. Then again, you'll never see people's true colors on the internet. I hope Nana's doing alright in Bao as well. I feel unfortunately the same. Cinder is one of the big VTubers that I watched first. One of the big names you first meet when you talk about VTubers. Which doc are we on now? We are on Zach's doc, which is the music video editor. You wouldn't happen to be available for music video this week, or two, would you? Oh, I'm completely full every day this month. And earliest could be November. This was in September. Just checking, thank you. No problem, I'm 100% down for one after that day though. Sorry to bother you, but do you all know the exact release date since I could try working something out to fit you all in? By the 22nd-ish. Okay, is it alright if I let you know in 2 to 3 days? This month is down busy with. Oh, that's a little bit too soon. Hey Red, thanks for waiting. So I've been trying to figure out if there was any feasible way I could slide something into my schedule this month. But between moving in my new apartment this week and the Halloween album and 7 MVs, I think November 9th is the very earliest I can start. I'm very sorry, but if there's any project after that you all would like me to do, I can lock you all into my calendar 100%. Again, very sorry for any inconvenience. How long does it usually take for you to edit an MV? This what rejected us, and then we see a very tiny one. I will tell you what it says in a moment. Zooming in doesn't help, so let me move closer to my screen. But depends on complexity and length, so optimal would be a little over a week to 2, I guess, for Rush. How would you feel about me giving you everything for the MV now, work on it in between your other projects, have it to me by the end of October? I really would love to be able to squeeze you all in and absolutely would if I could, but I generally don't have any days free until November 9th at the earliest. This month and start of November is literally just an ass beating for my schedule. Okay, thanks, though, Zach. Missing out on a good one. Yeah, you're missing out! You're missing out on a good one! Oh my god, you should work for us! Let me make sure I read this in the correct order. Okay, that one goes first. When was it you were free again? Things have been pushed back a lot, lol. November 9th is my last NV for WoW until like first week of December, I think. When is Cinder coming out now? When it's ready, lol. LMFAO, to be honest, I'll probably start on it the day or two after I wrap up the WoW NV. In that case, the song has a lot of typography. Is that something you're good with? Can I hear it? If not, no worries. Just so I can get an idea. Yeah, is it in English or Japanese? English. Lots of animated text with different fonts, but yeah, that's fine. Is it just one still image she is using for artwork? No, I can send you more details in a week or two. Yeah, that should be good. Just hit me up when you got more info. I'm super down. Are you available? Sorry for getting back to you so late. I'll get 700% done to do it. I would be able to start like first or second week of December for like mid-December release if that's okay. We were hoping it was November release. Oh yeah, that'd be impossible for me. Like I said, I'm still super down to do it and really hope to be able to work with Cinder on the video. But my schedule is always super packed, fully planned weeks and months ahead without much wiggle room. Just let me know what you all would like to do or are feeling. What if we pay double? There it is. There it is. Went through hoops to work with them, by the way. Went through hoops, by the way. You can send, and I'll cook. You can send the invoice to blank whenever we'll get it paid ASAP. Also, I'm not sure what they're on about Bao not knowing about me working with them. Since I asked Bao was Red standing right next to me at the TwitchCon if it was fine. Gaslighting. Gaslighting and lying. That's what's going on. They were lying. It's called lying. Since I had agreed to do all the Halloween album, but would probably miss one of the songs, and she had no problems with it at all. I come bearing gifts. I hope the girls like it. The struck on the 29th of November 2024. Also, the stream was pushed back to the reason of the video wasn't done yet. Song was going up at 2 PM if I remember. However, this part really got under my skin due to the fact it was just straight up not true. And if something goes wrong in the video production line, no matter who's at fault, the blame will fall to the editor animator pretty much every time. That's such a POS thing to do. That's such a POS thing to do, man. He only agreed to do the job for you because you paid double after he told you don't multiple times. And then you blame the delay on the editor / animator. We'll get to it. Calm down. We'll get to everything. I'm still not sure why stream was pushed back. So it felt as if I'm getting passively aggressively blamed publicly on stream in front of thousands for the lateness really upset me since the video was not late even under a very tight deadline where I did not even receive all the artwork until the 18th, so they weren't even punctual with shit themselves. The first full master into the 19th and was then asked to also make a teaser version, as well as an ad for the end of the video for their merch on the 21st. And the drop on the 29th, bro, that is such a tight schedule to do. Zach must have not slept at all. The guy must have literally not slept, man. Which I was not fond of at all during prior planning, right? I had skipped going home for Thanksgiving after having a family member pass to get this video done and rush the hell out of it. Are you for real? A family member of his passed and he skipped going home for Thanksgiving because of this video? And they're blaming it and they're making a point like Zach would have been the lucky one to work with them? Bro, no wonder he went like, yo, Bao, can I please just work for you now? Like, this shit be stressing me out, man. This shit, I don't want to do this no more, man. Like, bro, oh my god. The entire video was done from scratch in a little under 2 weeks since there were quite a few both visual and audio assets. I did not have at the time that even remotely resembled what the final product would sound like. So I felt this was an attack on my work ethic, which is something I take quite a lot of pride in. Yeah, absolutely agree with, man. That's just shitty to do. I did not receive the merch assets until the 27th as well either. And he still got it done in 2 days. You did nuts. Everyone loves it. Thank you so much for grinding this out, Zach. If there's time to make any edits to it, I don't know how long this would be. During a chorus, Rihanna's verse at the end, so he wants edits. Also, do you have a trailer? Rihanna just had the idea today of 3 small trailers, of a small part of each of their verses too. But if there's no time for that, it's okay. Bro, I hate this shit. Can people just plan shit out beforehand? Like, I get that someday you can get ideas, but if you're already working your editor this much, you can't keep asking for more. Like, I get plan change and new ideas come up, I get that. But then you gotta delay the other stuff too. You can't just push everything on one guy. Even with revisions and all the extra credits, the video was completed and delivered on time, with enough time for YouTube to process the 4K version. There's probably more that I should clarify since I'm aware this is unbelievably poorly organized, but I'm very tired and don't feel like giving any more energy to these people. If there's anybody who has questions for me, just send me a DM. There you have it. This is sex part of the issue. Holy shit. Sometimes it just has to be a next time idea. Yeah, sometimes it just has to be a next time thing. Sometimes you just need to chill for a moment. Sometimes you just gotta chill for a moment. It gets worse, Hagen, a little bit gets worse, we love it. So I know there is a dog from Rain. I personally do not know Rain. We will take a look at it. And apparently there also is a dog now from Spite, you guys said? It hurts to say, but I don't see Cinder recovering from this easily because the situation could be a name coffin depending on how Cinder responds. Because we still need her side to fully come to a conclusion. But I doubt it will work because this shit is damning. Cinder let down her friends if they ever were editor into power cups. This stings a lot and feels like it gets worse with each Google Doc, especially with Nan and Bao. I thought Cinder and Bao were a matched set. I thought they were really close friends too. How much worse can it get at this point? Literally, how much worse can it get? Let me check my news channel. Here is Spite. Spite, I personally do not know her too, but this is the one. This is the one that people have been saying that Spite has been compared to Cinder. We'll take a look at it in a moment. So next up is Rain. Effort, my experience with Tashi / Cinder. Tashi is Cinder's ASMR persona, or at least the persona she used to be, the name she used to go by before she rebranded as Cinder. She sometimes still does Tashi content, but less. It's usually when the pink hair, no wolf ears is out. That's usually Tashi. Okay, so let's go into this. First of all, I don't know who Rain is. Quickly click on their profile. Voice actor, guy who does music and a little bit of video game stuff too, coming out on Twitch sometimes. Rain draws. Seems to be a guy, so he posted a little bit of clarification after. We're gonna look at it afterwards. Let's look at this first. I don't know which is one, so let's close them and reopen them. Most of the ASMR, as far as I can understand. Alright, let's look at it. Hello, thank you for taking the time to read this document. The event described in it happened about 4 to 5 years ago before the first debut. I understand there will doubtless be accusations of me cloud chasing by repealing them. However, I wanted to corroborate Nonetheless' assertion that she is not who she appears to be on the surface and confirm that no matter how much damage control she does, she is just as responsible as Redacted. Okay, let's see what Raid has to say. The beginning, Sin and I met while she was still running her Tashi.mp3 YouTube channel. Which is why all the following screenshots will show her as Tashi rather than Cinder. And that will come up later. At the time, she was only starting her account and I already had my own ASMR RP channel with around 8k subscribers. And as a bigger channel than her, she couldn't wait to work with someone as talented as me. You'll get there. It's still hard for me to believe that someone so talented likes my voice enough to want to work with me. We never ended up actually making any content together, but that didn't stop us from talking pretty much every day at the time. And eventually she found a new way to make me useful. Oh dear. Pretty much immediately she was flirting with me, despite, as you can see, having a boyfriend, and both of us knowing she had a boyfriend. Okay, so pretty much confirmed now. Including regularly talking shit about him to me while telling me how great it would be were I to replace him. I understand that I'm no angel with myself, but hey, at least I can be honest about it. Bro, what? I mean, he did say content warning cheating. I don't know what I expected. Great, besides, you said it's hard when your boyfriend is far, far away. I'm not your boyfriend, am I? No, but how nice that would be. You're perfect boyfriend material, heart. Okay, this is kind of small, so I will read it out. Right? Oh, so you want to go at it behind his back? How sneaky. Hi, honey. I've been talking to this guy about how badly I want him to fuck me since he wanted to buy a flashlight instead of giving me any attention when I'm needy. Fucking oof, dude. Literally, why would you even need a flashlight when you have a girlfriend? He sent me a screenshot a couple weeks ago telling me he was getting one and had the nerve to use it in front of me to show me how great it was. Wow, yeah, must be great, bro. What? Okay, bro, what? Nah, what the? Bro, what the? This is weird from all 3 points. This is weird from all 3. The boyfriend, her, and Rain. Bro, what? Yo, what the F? That's like me inviting you to a chatterbait room so you can watch me F someone else in all the ways I said I want you to F you. Isn't that great? I'm very slowly not feeling bad for him about all this, cause it did honestly leave a bit of bad taste in my mouth that all this was happening while you were taken. But then, yeah, that's a bit. Did you tell him that was effed and hurtful to you? He asked me if I was okay with it, and after I explained how I felt, he told me it was too late to do anything about it because it shipped and he kept it. He could have always sent it back. What do you mean it was too late? Bro, what? Bro, what? Bro, what? I mean, far be it from me to give you advice. It's your relationship, and the only ones who can decide what is and isn't okay in it is you two. But that sounds really sketchy to me. Also, why did he ask if you were okay with it after he bought it? Well, all I'm gonna say on this is 2 wrongs don't make a right. Very true. As much as I enjoy the sexting, it's really not right if you still want to be with them. I would either try to reconcile with them and get what you need out of the relationship and step back from me a little bit, or maybe consider taking a break. And I know that last part sounds F coming from me, but I swear on my life, I'm not being scummy about it. That's really my opinion. I can respect that much from Rain saying, bro, if you still want to be with him, I don't feel okay with this. I can at least respect that much. But goddamn, my god, that shit makes me so mad, man. Oh my god. As someone who has been cheated on, this is disgusting. And I'm not talking about X1. X1 was absolutely amazing. Most loyal piece of shit ever. I'm talking about my ex. My ex cheated on me. And this is disgusting, man. This is so disgusting, man. But Jesus fucking Christ. I've just been really stressed about everything, and talking to you makes me feel so much better. I don't want to lose what we have, but I'm such an awful person, I don't deserve it anyway, is what Cinder says. Then Ren says, I don't believe you're an awful person. I believe that you're stressed, you're emotional, and you're looking for something to make it better, which happened to be me when he wasn't helping. Listen, take a break from what we have for just a little bit and see if you can get something out of him first. You can't really have both of us. Plus, it wouldn't be very fulfilling to me just to be the other guy in the scenario. Not yet the full relationship experience myself. You can do it, sweetie. I believe in you, truly. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I'd do without you. I'm not saying to stop talking to me completely. I'll still be right here to support you, whichever decision you end up making. I love you so much. I don't know how to thank you. Jesus, man. Despite what was evidently nothing serious for her and just a means of keeping herself occupied, she felt the need to keep stringing me along with proclamations of real love. Which again, I was silly to have believed in the first place, but still, regardless, I'm always going to love you. That's so much to say while you have a boyfriend, man, or partner generally. As you can read on the outside already, I did, yes. For obvious reasons, I won't share any of the explicit sexting, not just because of the not safe for work nature of it, but also I just don't think it helps. However, note that this all went on for several months. Bro, sexting while you are in a relationship with someone else is cheating. It is. Hands down, it is. No question. There's no intimate cheating, but it's emotional in the sense that you were thinking sexually and intimately about someone else. Just because there was no actual penetration and no body-on-body action doesn't mean it's not cheating. For obvious reasons I won't share. Okay, however, note that this all went on for several months and included more than just text, as both the date and the contents of the following screenshot proves. Oh, lovely. I mean, it looked like something was going down there either way. It's called... I don't even want to read that. Yeah, it's called...
Who's texting me? Oh, supper. Okay. 639. Copy, paste, space, save. Just plate, mail, leather. Six, 626, I think. 626. Male feet. Six two. Shit. Two three. I think that's everything. Oh wait, wrists. Got nothing for wrists. Plate, cloth, leather. 623. Oh, 632. Yeah. Trinkets. I think I just do this copy, paste, there we go. Text.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. One upload for TOS reasons. One reason I felt it important to share these details in particular is because I never found if Red got told about what happened. Especially not in full lucidity. The primary reason I've held onto all this for so long was an itching feeling that Red never fully knew, and it always felt like it would be unnecessary drama, so I left it alone. But now seems as good as a time for any Red. If you're reading this, I'm sorry for all that happened back then, I really am. But given the actions you two have taken together regarding other YouTubers, I still think you're perfect for each other regardless. Oh, the further shade right then! Oh, damn! Shots fired! Damn! Like at the start of this, I thought it could have been another guy. It could have been an actual face. But he specifically says it's Red. Oh my god. Leanne, after Cinder began using me for fleeting sexual gratification, our conversation slowed down, exacerbated by the Cinder character, common interpretation, and finding immediate success. I stopped making content for a decent length of time then. By then, and thus she no longer felt the cold athletic vibe from me. Stop, he's already dead. Oh boy. Hey, what was the exam for? I haven't been on this Discord account super often, so I missed a bit. She made a new group chat without me. I kicked, but yeah, there were entrance exams for the uni college. Nice, congrats on passing them. I've just been on the VTuber side of things, working with commissions and whatnot. But, and Cinder doesn't want to be my friends, only Tashi does? Just easy, I'm having multiple ongoing conversations. Just add him on the Cinder account, what are you talking about? Like, that just makes it so obvious. Until eventually she stopped using her account altogether and committed fully to Cinder. And I never heard from her again. Something I was uncannily aware would happen even back then. I messaged you at this time in 2022 and you won't even remember who I am. I'd never forget you. There. I'll tell you why. Because you feel guilty cheating. That's why. That's why I'll never forget it. Because you'll always feel guilty about it. And that's pretty much it. This isn't meant to be a witch hunt. We all make mistakes, including me, as I've shown in the same document. But it felt like a good time to get off my chest things that have been on it for half a decade now and to finally get some closure, even though I know how bad I look alongside her. She's an opportunist whenever she can find a way to be, and she does not care what happens to the people she springboards off from. I can only hope she takes this all as an opportunity to change a gross person. And I'm just gonna throw this one in the end because it's kind of funny for me to see in retrospect. Okay, thanks for reading. Don't forget about me when you become a big popular YouTuber. Damn. Damn. This is hard to hear, it is. Now, one thing I'm gonna say, this is from years ago. First of all, 2020. 5 years ago. And I do believe in second chances. And I do believe that people can change, yes. And I really wish that she would have changed in this time. But right now, as we are seeing it, the track record is not great. Right now, the track record doesn't look too good for her. How old was she back then, though? I don't think we have an actual confirmation of her actual age. I would say she's anywhere between 20 to 30 at the moment. Probably closer to being 30, is my guess. Tashi was her ASMR name before she became a YouTuber, yes. 20 plus, definitely early 30s, yeah, that's my guess. My guess was 28 at the moment. I'm guessing 27-ish. Just a guess, absolutely no confirmation, nothing else. I take this as important source to prove that this now is her second chance. Yeah, fair. Assuming any of the receipts are true, I hope Cinder owns up to it, wrongdoings, and apologizes profusely. I can absolutely accept it if a person realizes their mistakes and wants to improve. I absolutely am willing to give people second chances. I'm willing to give people third and fourth and fifth chances. I am. But that's just me. The general public will be looking at this as really bad. She's younger than Tricky. I think Tricky has sent it at late 20s before. I don't know, fifth chance? I'm someone who's really forgiving if I see a person actually try to improve. But that's just a fault to me. That's just me. You know, you don't need to take my way of living. I will even get you to 10 chances. Alright, moving on. He did come out and post something. I'd like to answer a few questions I'm seeing cropping up and clarify something. So yes, what I did was also bad. I'm not an innocent bystander in the story. I look back on who I was and what I did back then with shame. I'm not trying to present myself as a good or even neutral party, but
well, you have any interest in wiping on heroic one-armed bandit?
I won't be the best DPS, but I'll be a good tank.
We could probably work with that.
Yeah, Abe could DPS.
Sure, I'll see. I'll switch over.
It's not like it's going to be, you know, an all-night affair, but, you know.
Is there any other tank mechanics on heroic? I don't think so.
I don't think there are any new mechanics, no. It's just that placing stuff like the pylons correctly gets more important.
And it's more of the same.
More coins. More AoE damage.
Welcome, Diablo.
Oh my gosh, look who else just showed up in Discord. He's the coin
Welcome.
What's up? Why time off by 25 minutes?
No, I'm at work. I just figured I'd pop on because it's really, really slow and see what you guys are up to.
Work? Where are you working?
Well, slow enough you can come raid?
So he's waiting for the beer to ferment.
That sounds like fun.
It is. I literally do it for fun. Normally, I'm a software engineer. We make moonshine. We make moonshine, vodka, whiskey, and a coffee spirits. Really good stuff.
You've got to watch those barrels carefully.
Yes, and sample frequently.
Yes.
Demi, do the closet thing.
They should repair before coming.
Oh my god, so many paladins.
I love paladins.
You go to war with
Bring
the army
on the
you have.
paladins.
We've got another incursion, and we need some defenders. I know.
I made the meatiest beef stew ever.
Do we have a feast?
Yes.
Thank you for the
Thanks.
feast. Oh, I meant to click ready, but the ready check is gone now. I'm so embarrassed.
You're fine.
All right, here we go. Saving hero for phase 2.
Flame and coin. Flame and coin.
Coin and flame.
Crystal and Demi on coin, dude.
I bet. Coin or they didn't get in fast enough.
Sure didn't.
Oh, that's weird. It killed me instead of frozen me. Oh, shoot.
We feast quickly. Still here. What happened there?
We did
We
not.
died.
We did not get the 2 tokens popped in.
Okay.
Abe didn't have enough bourbon. Oh wait, that's not the reason.
Sleeping Rose. Oh, the feast is gone. Tragic.
Oopsie, I forgot to eat. I'll eat. Sorry.
Flame and coin. Flame and coin.
Flame, coin and flame. Clean up shock.
Coin and bomb. Shock and coin.
Coin and shock. Coin and shock.
Flame and bomb.
Shock and flame.
Shock and
Shock
bomb.
and flame.
Shock and flame.
Bomb and
Shock
flame.
and flame.
Bomb and flame.
Shock and
Bomb
bomb.
and shock.
Bomb and coin.
Shock.
Need to drop that pylon at the edge of the room.
Little ads, you can stun these ones.
Coin and shock.
Coin
Bomb and
and
flame.
bomb. Coin and bomb. Get Sleeping Rose up.
Fraud detected.
Oh my gosh, I did so horrible. And then I released. It's awful.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Can we get a luck closet?
Someone needs the do not release add-on.
I know, I was so frustrated with
weak
that
aura.
one. I did horrible.
Vargan has always been an advocate of that, but I know I would just get angry at it and uninstall it after about 1 day.
Oh no, I think that's awesome.
Mine
The
makes
do
it-
not release.
Mine makes it so you just have to press control for like 2 seconds or a second before it pops the release button up.
Yeah. I got that. Did you get that from your dad, or I mean, basically the same?
No, I got it from Diablo.
Of course you did. Oh, hey, V.
We need a priest debuff. Thank you.
Been tweaking my talents and they just weren't all there. I was like so frustrated that whole run.
Flame and coin. Flame and coin.
Coin and flame. Coin and flame.
What's the coin in?
Devotion Aura, you worthless husk.
Oh shit, my bad. I got it by accident.
Mulligan?
Oh, we got it.
Coin and bomb.
Coin and
Shock
shock.
and coin.
Coin and shock.
Flame and bomb. Shock and bomb.
Flame. Shock and flame.
And then shock, hidden shock.
Shit.
Bomb and
Shock
flame.
and
Bomb
flame.
and flame.
Shock and flame. Shock and bomb. Bomb and coin.
Bomb and shock. Bomb and shock.
This pylon will be Diablo's.
Get the lightning in fast.
Pylon?
Coin and shock. Bomb and flame.
And it is coin and bomb. Coin and bomb.
Okay, we almost made it to the burn phase.
Oh, I screwed up. I released.
It isn't new. She's been doing it for years longer.
Come on my way, I'm almost there.
What anyway, so frankly, I've wanted to speak about this for a long time, but I wasn't in the business of starting unnecessary drama. It was possible that she learned and changed as a person. Since this happened in a
Was that
series,
6% better?
that would have been
Yeah, it was.
When does he shift to phase next?
30%.
We're at 30. You mean 29.9?
I saw him at 31.
Well, my DBM says 30%.
Bigwig says 30.7.
Yeah, DBM rounds differently from the display on WoW.
You guys hear that they might
We're
be getting rid of those
this
add-ons?
close.
Yeah.
What?
Crazy talk. How can we get rid of add-ons?
They're talking about eliminating a bunch of functionality over from add-ons gradually and putting more of that functionality back into the main game and simplifying some mechanics going forward so that add-ons aren't so needed.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they spent, a half hour talking about how they didn't like the fact that their way to combat add-ons was to make fights so complicated that you needed a degree in calculus to figure them out.
Hmm.
I have a feast. I'm putting it down.
That was the best attempt that I've been a part of, so nice job.
Yeah, that was great. Closet.
Oh, speaking of changing the calculus, Bob.
Talias.
What about Bob?
Exactly.
Baby steps. Underrated Bill Murray movie.
Just to remind everybody, also, DPS the ones that Crystal called out first. You get that last one last.
Yeah, we've come close to not getting them both down in time. Remember those, they have to go into the machine within 20 seconds of each other. So if we're DPSing one and then we're switching to the cleanup one, we are possibly just going to wipe. Or if we just do one and then we rely on our DPS to be high enough to get the second one down in time, we also occasionally wipe.
There is a feast that was provided to us. Thank you.
So there's 6 DPS. Do we want to split 3 and 3 for first and second, or is that overcomplicating things?
Overcomplicating.
Sometimes the ranged DPS is doing coins and is worthless for the other stuff. Because of coins. Coins are the thing that they ought to just dump.
Yeah, on the ads, I'd just say if you see everyone on your ad or just a ton of people on your ad, consider shifting off of it. Or especially as it
But
gets
not
low.
to the third one. Okay, got it.
Yeah, always to one of the culled ones. And then the third one is literally cleanup. There's no issue once the other two are in.
I mean, besides him just hanging around.
Use a priestly buff.
Well, he does damage, so we gotta kill him.
Right. I should keep talking, because Loki's talking in the background.
I'm gonna say hi to Loki.
Hey, Loki. Allie says hi.
Rose, that's you.
You the only priest.
Sorry. Darn it. Oh, the heck.
You need to get a weak aura that yells at you.
Yeah.
Eventually, you just tune those ones out.
Again. Yeah, and I keep looking at my calendar.
Potions.
We're overhealing, so there's No excuse for dying now.
Coin and flame, coin and flame. Coin and shock, coin and shock.
I didn't have my speed boost.
Something's going awry here.
Yeah, shock and flame. Shock and flame. Okay, bomb and flame, bomb and flame.
Oh, I just figured it out.